There's bad radio, good radio, and chaotic radio. In that order.
How good is the kind of gaming show? Turns out, it's pretty good.
What's up, Internet? It's the kind of gaming show coming at you from chaoticradio.com. Did you make that, Connor? That mix?
I didn't make it. I just tabbed through it.
Oh, okay.
I wanted that sound effect, but there's like no music involving old school Donkey Kong.
Right.
So we'll just play Donkey Kong Country because it's a bit more funky and good for opening up a show.
For sure. Well, not your usual host here. It's Miguel. Andrew is feeling a little under the weather and decided to call it off earlier today. I'm still joined here by Mike, our newest addition to the family.
Hello.
And Connor, the man behind the desk, as always.
Literally always been here.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I just mean on the show.
From the end of times.
Yeah. Right.
From the dawn of time to the end of times. We're gonna be talking about some recent developments in. Oh, hey, look, there's some nudity on YouTube's front page right now. That game Metropolis Lux Obscura we reviewed last week. There's a
okay.
Someone has a thumbnail of the stripper tits.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna talk about some more games we played throughout the week. I don't know if Connor and Mike have some. Do you guys?
I don't have any Nintendo Switch games to talk about.
No Switch games? Any Xbox games?
Nothing new, just Overwatch.
Shit, it's just me this week, huh?
Yeah,
all right.
I played. I was just playing more Animal Crossing as always.
I'll just be playing catch up from last week. Yeah. So yeah, Andrew didn't tell me anything else, but I'm gonna be reviewing some games, and we're gonna talk about what the fuck are we talking about? Oh yeah, your Mike's roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also breaking news that I found. We're going to be talking about dethroning the King of Kong.
Oh yeah, you just found about that earlier today.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and we'll cover that when we get to it.
For sure.
I'll pull up the actual data about it so we can be accurate.
Mm-hmm. Well, for now, I guess we'll start with everybody's favorite topic, Overwatch.
That's like half this show is Overwatch.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to pull up Overwatch League real quick. Mike, you want to go ahead and talk about the event?
So this week launched the Uprising event, which is Retribution this time around. So that it does have the mission from last year, the Uprising mission, and then it also has the new mission where you get to play as Blackwatch. And I thought it was a lot of fun.
Same.
I am a little bit frustrated at the higher difficulty levels that people still act like they're playing at the lower difficulty levels. That heavy assault, you can't run at that thing. Like, you have to stay away from it, and nobody does. So that's frustrating.
Yeah, the hardest managed to do it on so far is on hard. So, yeah.
Yeah, I did it in the standard mode.
Mm-hmm.
Hard is the most I can do. I can't get anyone on expert to cooperate.
Right.
With all heroes, I've done expert and almost completed it on legendary, but then we didn't.
Man, eventually, if they add an event, if they add a story every year, eventually it'll just be like its own game's worth of content, like all these missions you can run through.
They keep doing it. It's like, you wanted a story mode. Here's a story mode.
Yeah, right. It's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good stories. Oh, turn that down. Yeah, there you go.
I'm doing that.
And the cutscenes for it are great. Like it looks like in-game cutscene stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would expect from not first person, but from a story mode. I haven't personally grounded out that much, and I don't know if there's any of the skins I'm particularly looking for.
You don't like the Moira one?
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably it though. That's the only one I really care about. Lucio got one for some reason.
Oh yeah,
it's cool and all.
Yeah.
But why? Soldier and Ana don't have archive skins. Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
Well, that's because Soldier had his as a pre-order bonus or whatever you want to call it.
So did Reaper.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but his wasn't. It was.
It was Blackwatch. It was his
Strike
Commander, whatever Commander Reyes. And this one is not. This one is not related to the event. It's previous. It's a prequel skin.
That's true. It's the whole,
Soldier 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought at first because we were talking about that Soldier 24 wasn't Reaper. It was like someone else.
It's Reaper.
Okay, but yeah, we like before that happened, we were thinking that it was like someone else because we were debating if. It was...
no, we thought because of his gun, we thought it might be a Soldier 76 skin.
Yeah,
where he just looks like Reyes.
Yeah,
but it's actually his shotguns just look like I guess because the guns are probably made by the same people in lore. They probably are the same manufacturer because his shotguns just look more like the rifles.
The government.
Yeah, sure.
That's what it is. They were government operatives.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny. Government.
The government.
Okay, yeah, this is going as expected. I pulled up Overwatch League. Florida Mayhem managed to tie the first round with London Spitfire, but now London is up 2-0, and, well, with a tie in there, it's 2-0-1, so Mayhem has no chance. Fucking New York lost earlier. That was crazy. Do you keep up with the league, Mike?
I don't really watch, no.
No?
I don't like to watch people play video games. I like to play them myself.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't watch it a whole lot unless you bring it up, and then. But we talk about it so much in the show that it's like we know I can get the standings going on and how things go.
Yeah, to each their own. I'm really into it.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as Mike. Like, I just don't watch people play video games a whole lot. Like whenever I'm watching like content on YouTube or whatever, it's not about them playing the games. It's like a thing involving games, like Donkey stuff where. It's just him being stupid and silly,
which is why I probably don't latch on to Donkey so much.
Yeah, because it's not him. It's not about him playing the game. It's just about his jokes and humor and whatnot. And if you don't like his humor, you wouldn't like his videos.
Right.
Meanwhile, I watch like fucking all of his videos.
The only time, like even with Game Grumps, like I love Game Grumps. They're funny as fuck, but I still get frustrated like when they don't fucking read or know how to play the game they're playing.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
I find the way Donkey. It's like because he knows how to play because he's in like high ranks and shit when he's playing competitive stuff, but then when it comes to stuff like getting over it and whatnot, it's like is he pretending to be really shitty?
Yeah, I'm not into that.
I don't know that like there's a line where it's like he's really good at Mario and it's like is he just shitty at the games that he's not like super into?
Yeah,
who knows?
I get what you mean.
So.
Yeah, the thing about the Overwatch League is I'm always into watching people that are really good at the game that they're playing. Well, the fucking Overwatch League is all the best players.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's nice.
Although you could talk about a little bit of the controversy going on with the Overwatch League this past week.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to Dreamcasper got removed after. That's right.
Yeah,
a guy playing on the team Boston Uprising was I guess caught. Being romantically linked, we'll say, with underage women.
Oh.
A 14-year-old and a 16-year-old. He's 21, I think.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
That happened.
The memes have been great though.
The memes have been hilarious about it. Yeah.
I think they've already died, but
yeah,
the ones that
came out for a hot minute were like
very good.
Wow.
Speaking of which, him not being on the team anymore, he was great. He fucking destroyed as a member of the Boston Uprising. But they managed to take down the number 1 seed, number 1 team earlier today, New York Excelsior, without him.
They were like, "Fuck it, we don't need him."
Yeah, apparently.
Too good.
Yeah, they had something to prove.
Yeah, that's good. That's pretty cool.
And they fucking it went to a 5th round, so they had to do a tiebreaker.
Oh, that's always cool.
2-2. Yeah, those are the best ones. That's the most tension possible is when it's like it's 2-2 and they got to go to the duke it out control map to figure out who really wins the series.
That happened last Thursday night, didn't it? We were watching them or something like just last.
Oh, the
week.
last time we were watching, yeah, somebody went to we were hoping the Valiant would
do it, yeah, so that they would put so that
help the Gladiators.
They would help the Gladiators
make it into the playoffs for season or for stage 2. That didn't happen though.
Yeah,
they were doing good last segment though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing all right now. They're in 4th right now, which is now they've changed it so that it used to be the top 3 teams do the playoffs for each stage, and they made it the 4 so that there could be it would be basically the same as a normal day because they do 3 matches in a day, but the playoffs was only 2 matches, so now there's 3 matches on playoffs days, and that's fucking great if you ask me.
Are you rooting for anyone in particular?
I'm partial to the Gladiators. I really like Surefour. He's kind of their like face. And what's crazy is their 4 DPS are all like interchangeable. It's a great like stacked team. But Surefour's my man. That's why I originally was like, oh hell yeah, the Gladiators. Connor likes them because they're purple
and from LA.
Yeah,
I like hydration.
Hydration's great.
Yeah. If we're naming people, there you go.
It's your boy.
It's my boy.
You any team you just like have a regional attachment to?
Yeah, I support the Gladiators because they're the local team. I know there's 2 LA teams, but I like purple also.
Oh, there you go.
Fuck yeah. Purple's the shit.
It's pretty regularly. Like you see fucking shields up signs all over the stadium. Not so much the Valiant helmets.
Yeah, it came down to when we got the free skin, which one looked better on Reaper.
Right.
And it was purple.
For sure.
I got the one for Reinhardt, and I was like, it works really well too because it's a lion, and
Yeah.
it's like that's fucking Reinhardt's shit.
I got mine for Zarya. I just got my second League skin the other day. I bought the Philadelphia Fusion one for Soldier because he looks like Naruto. His jacket's orange
Yeah,
and
it's
black.
got that orange and black. The Shippuden Naruto straight up. That's pretty funny.
I was going through them all. I was like, okay, fucking Ana. Ana looks great in all of the skins, by the way. Like, you cannot go, even the fucking stupid ass Florida Mayhem.
I think
skin.
it has to do with her character design because she has so much going on.
Mm-hmm. And like
I was gonna say the same almost probably happens for Sombra, but like her lines probably fuck it up. All her cables.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that like messes with the aesthetic.
It's because she had like her coat is a little less like
Detail. Well, it's
yeah, it has fewer like accessories on it, so
Yeah.
it's more unbroken colors. That's what
Right.
it is about On is that she has all these like fucking straps and shit
Yeah,
that like
so
really
you can
break up the monotony of certain colors.
exactly. That's where Reinhardt suffers
Yeah,
because he's like one
Yeah,
color, and
he
it's
looks
like
dumb with the Florida Mayhem skin. He's just a bright yellow piss stain.
yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, you're right. Like now that I'm imagining it again, it's terrible looking.
Mickey D's Reinhardt.
Yeah, that's a good. He's fucking looks like he's McDonald's. Oh man, yeah, it's really weird looking at like when you look at how the skins are. Some of them, there's the ones that are just clearly better than others,
Oh yeah.
and it's like wow, that I feel bad for the people who like actually live in those areas or like want to rep those teams, and it's just like
Right.
oh, but like if you bought a jersey of some of those, it'd be like this shirt sucks.
Well, you could always get the away jersey. They're all white.
Oh,
They just
yeah.
they have the shoulders are the team colors.
That's cheating though.
I guess.
That's like you're all cool with it, but you can't be like at home like this is the shit.
Right, but if you love Mayhem and you want to support, you get the away
You
jersey.
don't want a fucking McDonald's shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Even McDonald's now, the work uniforms are gray. Like that's the
Yeah.
funny thing. They look like
Or black. It depends on who you are, I guess. I think
Yeah.
the managers wear black.
yeah. Well, I mean they have those. Did they ever release those
Oh, no, the
ones?
managers wear button-ups.
Did they ever release the ones that look like the Death Star outfits?
What?
There was a point in time where like McDonald's was like, yeah, these are the new outfits, and like they had like a really like high end designer design the uniforms for McDonald's.
What the shit?
And they straight up looked like the like pull it up real quick so you can take a look.
All right.
They looked like the uniforms that people wore on the Death Star, and that's like all the tweets were about. They're like, these motherfuckers look like they're about to blow up Endor and shit like that.
I guess I'll look up Death Star.
Yeah, right. Or Star Wars McDonald's uniforms, something like that. It was crazy. Like it's like some people are like they look cool, but it's like at the same time it's really silly for McDonald's.
Oh, yep. That's okay.
They're like gray and silverish. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
They don't look that.
I don't think they look as bad as like people were putting it, but the hats is what seals the deal a bit.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, there's a picture here with not Grand Moff Tarkin. What was his name? I forget the dude's name. The like second in command guy.
I'm not sure.
Lieutenant Disposable.
Yeah, there
sure.
you go. Yeah, so I still think it's sad if you can't wear your
The
home colors.
legit
Yeah.
Florida skin. Imagine if they did the like nice purples and like pinks and blues, like for that that Hotline Miami style neon colors, basically.
Oh yeah,
That'd have been great.
that would have been pretty cool.
Whoa, Jesus, the internet here is bad. In this room,
Oh yeah, here it's good.
that's weird. I don't know why it's bad over here. Watching in like 140p. Never mind, it just adjusted. Oh, fucking! I opened up 53 packs of Hearthstone cards earlier today.
Oh wow,
Because the Witchwood expansion, I'd been saving up, and you got 3 free packs and a free legendary when you log in. So you might want to do that even. You might want to log in real quick and choose a free legendary.
just see what happens.
If you get the
Do I even-
Shutterwalk,
Do
play.
I even have this shit installed?
If you get the Shutter Walk, it's the Shaman, one of the Shaman legendaries. Absolutely start playing. It's the fucking craziest card I've ever seen. It's like a 9-mana 6/6, but it's got a battle cry. Play all other
I'll have to download it.
all other battle cries from cards you've played this game.
Good thing I've got that unlimited data.
Yeah, right. Maybe by the end of the show we'll see what your legendary is.
No, this is fast. My home internet's the one that sucks.
That's right, huh?
Yeah, like if I like, we've played games and I'm like, here, I'll just pull up my phone, and everything's golden when I play on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we used to play a little bit of Overwatch competitive together, and it'd be like, all right, let me switch to my phone internet once we were warmed up.
Yeah. It was like...
Sounds ass backwards, but...
Yeah, it sounds so weird to say, let me play on my phone for better internet. Like, what the fuck? Hey, it's already downloaded already.
Oh, nice.
I told you it was fast.
My bad.
Well, keep talking about stuff while I like in and shit.
For sure. The set's cool. I like the design on it. Do you have any interest in Hearthstone, Mike?
No.
No?
I tried it like way back in the day, but never really got into it.
Right on, yeah. It's not for everyone. What the fuck? Sorry, just watching fucking Overwatch League. Yeah, it's. I think it's a really well designed set. There's a lot of cards that shift the meta, which is important because of rotation. So you know how like card rotations work in trading card games. It's only the most recent 2 years of sets when it comes to Hearthstone, and so like 3 of the major sets that made up like huge decks are just gone now. There used to be one called Jade Druid that it was the cheapest deck I was able to make, and it was pretty dominant for a bit. Gone. I don't know. I enjoy meta shifts.
How do they justify that if you paid for the cards?
That's the thing, yeah. Like I don't. I go free to play. 100%.
This is back to the old topic because I pulled up the Florida Mayhem the outfits in game, and it's like Mercy and Widow. For some reason, they just look like like Mercy almost looks like she's wearing an apron.
Oh, right.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like if you think about it, the McDonald's motif. And it's like she straight up looks like she's working at McDonald's, and Widowmaker also does, but looks like she's working at like a ghetto McDonald's. Because
that reminds me, since we're talking about Mercy's costume, I didn't notice until the event came out that Moira's skin, her Blackwatch skin, has that same chest piece all the way down to the like skirt thing.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. It's got like the markings on the hip. It's pretty cool. I didn't realize. That's it.
Yeah.
Just wanted
and also, did you know that the map for the event is actually going to be a transport? I think transport map.
Oh, it's going to be an escort.
Yeah.
Oh,
escort.
cool. I didn't realize what kind of map it's going to be. Yeah, when Jeff came onto the Overwatch League last week to announce the event, the Retribution event, he mentioned it was going to be available in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm excited. We need more maps.
More maps.
Good ones, because like Junkertown
sucks.
Junkertown's at first point is garbage, dude. It's impossible. It's stupid.
I fucking love Blizzard World though.
Shit.
I hate Blizzard World too.
Why do you hate Blizzard World?
Okay, maybe
so
it'll be
choky.
Maybe I was gonna say maybe it'll be better now that they moved that point out of the gates.
Yeah,
because it used to be you had to like fight to the entrance of Blackrock Mountain or whatever, and then make a right into the gates, and that was where the capture point or the escort point was, where it ends. But now they brought it outside the gate, so you don't have that stupid last bend that you have to completely dominate people who are spawning literally just outside of that area.
Yeah, I understand that. It is quite choked, and it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But
the rest of that escort segment is fine because it's very open.
I really like the first point.
First one on Blizzard World.
On Blizzard World with the gate and everything there, because
it's hard to defend.
Yeah, but the thing is it's like it's hard to defend, but it's also hard to attack. If
not really,
like if people know what they're doing.
All that stuff on the left is super open, and if people are maintaining that high ground is virtually useless right there on the right, because if people go around it, they can get all the way around you to the point, and you can't see them. And if they go right, if they just get into the stairwell, if you have a Junkrat, I guess you can lock that stairwell off. But
you kind of have to play it with like a forward and a back team, though, is what I'm saying. Like it's like sure, splitting up is like in essence a bad thing, but if you have people with range on the back row, they can help the people on the front, and then it's like, and then if they do go around, like you're saying, then the people in the front can pedal back.
I'm starting to think that maybe taking the high ground surrounding the capture point is the way to do it, because there's high ground right there on the left side flank, and there's the one with the boat right there.
You know what's funny is like interestingly enough, I feel like Hanzo is almost unnecessary for that point
He's pretty good for it.
because it's like he has the range and then he has the sonar arrow.
Yeah.
And it's like out of all points, it's like you wouldn't say that he's a competitively like viable person unless someone was like,
It's more about the player than it is the character
it's
with
like,
him.
but like that's one of the ones where it's like you could actually justify saying, "Hey, play Hanzo," even though you're not like the fucking most
Maybe.
awesome with it.
Widowmaker's pretty strong there too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
They're both skill oriented characters though.
Yeah.
As a Reaper main, how do you feel about this map? Like, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, it's hard to when you're playing in the events when it's PvE. It's hard to really know how it's going to shape up when you're playing against other people, and you know it'll be probably slightly tweaked.
That's true. Yeah, there's no way it's going to be. I really like that part where there's the river and the boats come in, and then it's that long street, but that probably won't be part of it because that's just a long, narrow
Yeah, I don't know.
walkway, and then you turn into the museum or whatever the fuck. I think it's a restaurant.
It's supposed to be a museum.
Oh, it is a museum. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The restaurant's later on. I love that. You can punch or you can destroy the waiter. He's just an Omnic, like one of those like floating torso Omnics in the suits.
Yeah, just like on not Ilios. Wait, is it Ilios?
Oh no, Oasis.
Oasis. Yeah.
Yeah.
On Oasis. Yeah, he's just chilling there, like,
Yeah.
and you punch him in the fucking head. But he's invincible, isn't he?
He is on Oasis. He
On
is.
Oasis, he's invincible.
I was really happy because he was like, "Sorry, sir, you'll have to." I don't remember the fuck he was when you walk in, and I was like, "Shut up!" And I fucking shot him, and he took damage, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
I can murder this man.
Yeah.
Evil. That's the troubles of Blackwatch.
Yeah, exactly, dude. The fucking I can't wait till you see the animatic. It's great.
Probably I'll
cutscene.
probably play tonight because the reason why I took so long is I was doing car stuff.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
All right, let's go ahead and let's do your review, Miguel.
Oh yeah, for sure. I played a couple of games. Let me pull up the info. I already know what one is worth, but I managed to stay impartial. The first game is called Dead on Steam. Not Dead on Steam, but Dead. And it's basically Binding of Isaac if it were Dark Souls instead, which is great. That's fantastic if you ask me. It's Dark Souls in the sense that you have to go into a boss and examine his patterns and whatnot. It's a boss rush game.
Okay.
So you have to learn patterns and learn how to like do your abilities to the best, like the dodging, and there's like like you can explode and it does area of effect damage. Hold on, sorry, I need to pull up the page. And the main character looks just like Isaac. Basically, it's a face that's sad.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little circle guy. Is this gonna be it? Well, whatever. And other than some like minor nuances, like there's certain things that this is it. There's certain things that like spawn enemies. They have mobs or ads depending on what kind of game you play. And the RNG can be kind of bullshit on it.
That's kind of the same with Binding of Isaac, though.
Right.
Like when you're playing Binding of Isaac, you could go from having literally nothing and just have to use like double tiers and whatnot to having the fucking demon head death laser that just erases rooms in 1 fucking second. You're like, oh, I won. That was cool. And that's it. Like that was actually like I was playing Binding of Isaac the first time I played it. That happened to me about 30 minutes in. Like I was playing, I failed and I played again. And I got pretty far. And then the third time, it was like right out the fucking gate. I got the big ass demon head that just shoots lasers, and all you have to do is stand on the side of the room and walk downward, and it just obliterates everything. And you're just like, I guess win. Yeah, I thought that shit was gonna run out. Nope, you just keep going, dude.
That's funny. Yeah, it's fun to a degree. There's other difficulties once you beat like all 10 of the bosses. You can go back and do it on. I think you unlock easy mode after the first time.
Is there an endless mode?
There's a boss rush mode.
Okay.
Which I think is just you fight all of them without any fucking break. I didn't try that yet. I may or may not. I probably will actually. Because it was at least like something that I noticed I got better at it.
If it provokes you to come back, that seems like a good indication of its quality.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because there's a lot of times like when I play games, I'm just like, I'm probably never playing this again.
Right. That's how I probably feel about my second game for the day. But to close this segment out, I can see this game because Binding of Isaac was what, a $10 game?
When it first came out, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's been like re-editions and stuff. I think Rebirth is near full price.
I'll see how much that goes for real quick. Yeah, $15
Is for Rebirth?
is for Rebirth. Yeah, the
Okay.
original is $5 now.
Okay.
And then there's DLCs and whatnot. Yeah, I could see this game. Like, if it were like a huge phenomenon, like some streamer made it really popular, sure, people would pay $10 for this. I'd value it around $5 personally. Like, if it were on sale for that much and it were originally $10, I'd be like, oh, $5, hell yeah.
Like
It just being $5.
for reference, Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus is $40 on Switch.
Oh my God.
But that's for like the physical copy and everything.
That's
So
still insane.
it also comes with like an art book that is like like an instruction manual. It's like an art book as well. So there's that at least.
Yeah. So yeah, I would buy this game on sale for $5 if it cost $10 originally, but it cost $5.
That's pretty dope.
It's pretty damn good, actually.
And what's that called again? Dead.
Yep,
Dead.
Just dead.
Okay.
The visuals are nice. The bosses are, well, it's 2D. It's a what's the word? What are those shooters called again? The ones where you just point.
Oh, twin stick.
Yeah, it's like a twin stick.
Okay, I'm
but
looking
it's-
at it right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't played
it's
it on.
15% off right now, so it's
Yeah, so it's
$4.24.
Yeah, whatever.
That's something.
Yeah, I
mean,
guess, but nobody's like, oh my god, nobody's gonna grab it just because it's on 15% sale.
that's true. But I mean, there's also the fact that a lot of people, they just have money in their Steam wallet from playing games.
Right.
So this is
That's
one.
true.
This is one like people could pick up.
Hey, like me.
This looks really nice actually. It's very smooth. It's got that.
Yeah, it plays well.
It's got that Geometry Wars look to it.
Yeah, the colors and everything.
Yeah,
It's
very
very like, bright
aesthetic.
neon colors. Yeah, it can be a little rage inducing.
How does it maintain its gameplay? Is it stable?
Yes, yeah, it runs very well. One complaint about the gameplay though, your shooter, like you know how when you're a twin stick, you just point your character.
Yeah.
You have a cursor in this one that moves around. And
Oh,
the
okay.
problem with that is that determines where you like dodge and shit, and it stays there if you just like you put your cursor over here.
Oh, so it's like that other
So-
boss rush game that came out in 2016.
I don't think I know it.
I remember it was on the PlayStation. It had a really dope soundtrack. It was kind of like a bullet hell, but at the same time, it was a 3D action game. I'm drawing a blank on its name. It was really popular, but it had that too. Like where you were aiming determined like your displacement when you dodged and whatnot. And it took a lot of getting used to.
Right.
'Cause-
Yeah.
Because you're playing and then it's like you're shooting here, but then it's like you have to basically say, don't shoot anymore, dodge, and like aim somewhere else and like really quickly. So it was a bit cumbersome, but that game was cool. I can't remember its name for the life of me right now, but it's cool.
You can bring it up if you remember it at some point. Yeah, it's got that issue, and on top of that, when you're trying to aim at things, if you happened to like pull your cursor all the way to the top right corner of the screen, for example, it's like, oh shit, well there's something coming real fast at me from the bottom left.
Oh, well.
Let's see if I have the reflexes. But other than that, yeah,
It's called Fury.
Fury.
Furi.
Okay. I didn't play it.
He's got white hair blowing in the wind. He's got a sweet katana and like this sweet looking gun. The soundtrack is what's dope as shit.
That does sound familiar now that you describe the character. Anyway, yeah, $5. I would say if you're into boss rushes, absolutely pick it up. If you're into Dark Souls and you just want a little game to kill the time with, pick it up. I haven't played Binding of Isaac myself. I've only watched people play it, so I can't really comment on that.
From the looks of it, it looked similar.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It looks like it kind of plays similarly and has obviously similar design.
And it seems like it's a very simple. It's on Steam, so anyone can play it. So that's cool.
The next game I played was called 39 Days to Mars.
Interesting.
Okay, there's for some perspective, there's an achievement for finishing this game in under half an hour. So it's very quick. Very quick. It took me about an hour to do my first run, I think. I think it was like 57 minutes or something. And just because I fucked up a lot.
The aesthetic reminds me a lot of Drawn to Life.
Okay, you're looking at 39 Days to Mars already.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't have a price tag yet. Shit, am I able to talk about this?
I don't know if Andrew didn't say anything to you. Who knows?
God damn it. I'm gonna check with him real quick.
It's coming out April 25th.
He has messaged me.
Yeah, right. We'll see what Andrew says.
He messaged me. Mike's tournament is going to take a while, so you should get started with your reviews and stuff soon. I thought we were going to do that for the back hour.
That's what I thought too.
I guess not.
But either way, well, it is a big tournament, so
True. So yeah, it's you have to do tasks. Your guy at the beginning is just like, I'm gonna go to Mars, and his buddy's like, all right, have a good time. So you do. You walk out. You have to like, fucking for some reason you've locked yourself in your house and on your property, so you have to unlock your front door and gate through like 3 puzzles each. And then you have to like, okay, so it's meant to be cooperative. There's a cat and there's you. And the cat is controlled by the keyboard when you're doing it locally or without controllers. And the player is controlled by the mouse.
okay. So it reminds me of Rayman, honestly. Like,
Yeah, it's got that. What the fuck?
you're all good.
Phone
There are
unsilenced.
no embargoes.
Oh, good. Oh yeah, he texted me. Yes, you can talk about it. For sure.
Talk about it. Talk about it. All right, go ahead.
I like that song. But yeah, you and then eventually you get on your spaceship, and there's just like a timer going throughout. That's like, it's like day 1, day fucking 11, and so on, and it's just constantly going as events happen. I think you have to do like 6 events on your ship. That takes up the 39 days to Mars, and it's really fucking annoying because every time you go, like something will go wrong on your ship. For example, it's like, oh, the fucking coal engine thing went out. I gotta go fix it. You walk over to it on your ship, and he's like, "Oh, it's almost time for afternoon tea. Let's go make a cup of tea." So you go back to your kitchen.
Whoa.
My bad. So you go back to your kitchen to make a cup of tea. Okay, so it's like, okay, he wants his tea warm and sweet today. So you have to fucking pour milk and put sugar and make the tea and whatnot, whatever.
And meanwhile, your shit's still broken.
Yeah. He's like, this can wait till after afternoon tea. Oh boy. Okay. We go do it. We go do the challenge. It's like, oh, we got to collect coal from space. All right, cool. The camera's spinning around the whole time. That's fucking
I
frustrating.
know you're talking shit on this. The way you're explaining it makes me want to play it, though.
It's yeah, I can actually kind of recommend it just for like the novelty of like, wow, this is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, you go out, you bicycle into space and you collect coal. That's nifty. Oh fuck, the camera's just constantly spinning this whole time. This is disorienting.
That messes with me a lot. I do get motion sickness from images.
All right, we got the coal. We're back on the ship. Everything's fine. Oh fuck, a bunch of baby space krakens are inking up the ship. We got to catch them. Oh fuck, every time I try to go downstairs, my net picks up the kraken that I already put in the tank. Fuck, let me go back and put him back up.
This sounds even more like Drawn to Life, because like it had those mechanics where things were just sort of there, and like if you touch something, you'd like interact with it, even though you like dealt away with it.
Yeah.
I don't. If you ever played Drawn to Life?
No, I've only seen it.
It's very much like it's like it's super fun and it's super quirky, but it's like very frustrating because you're like, I don't want to do that. That was not my intent. I did not want to throw the ladder. I wanted to place the ladder on the house and climb the ladder, not destroy it.
Yeah, and the movement in this is point and click, so it's like, okay, I have to wait to click that I want to move until after my character swings his net. So on the downswing, I'm not scooping up this same fucking kraken I just put away. All right, I got all the krakens cleaned up. Oh shit, the mama kraken's attacking.
Time for afternoon
Oh shit,
tea.
it's time for afternoon tea. Exactly. If not every time there's an event, every other time there's an event. Time for afternoon tea. Fuck that. That's dumb. I don't want to do that.
Wow.
And it's not even like challenging enough that it's like, okay, time for another challenge in this tea.
It's just tedious.
It's just like, okay, if I can pour the water, what does he want? Warm and sweet? Okay, fucking let the tea cool off. Fucking put the tea, put 2 cubes of sugar. Waiting for it to cool off. Waiting for it to cool off. It's hot now. Waiting for it to cool off. Okay, now it's warm. Drink the fucking tea. You son of a bitch. He's like, oh, and this looks like a great cuppa. I've never heard that. Apparently, British people refer to cups as cuppas. A cup of tea.
Yeah.
I never heard it.
I've literally asked you that. Would you like a cup of tea?
Yeah, a cup of tea, but not a cuppa. He just calls it a cuppa.
Ah.
He's like, time for a cuppa.
Probably because tea is so synonymous over there. You don't even need to say tea.
Right, yeah.
It's like you're not going to be giving him a cup of Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's probably a colloquial. Yeah, it's a colloquialism for sure. Okay, cool. All right, an hour or 50 minutes into the game. I failed to beat the fucking mama space kraken. Shit, she ate me. Now I'm in her stomach. Now I have to find the parts to repair my my landing craft so I can just shoot out of her anus or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't show you escape the kraken. Okay, now I'm parachuting down to Mars. Not parachuting. I'm using my thrusters to lower myself down to Mars. Ah, fuck, we have to go through an asteroid belt, because why not? Because of course you do. Okay, cool. It's a puzzle. It's a little irritating, but it's like, yeah, it's a challenge, I guess. I didn't realize the first time I did it that because it's, it's cooperative. Like the keyboard controls the thrust. You hit the mouse, or not the mouse, the space button to do the thrust. I didn't realize that you aim your craft with the mouse the first time around.
Oh, geez.
So I was just like, how the fuck do I steer this? I just rocketed into a meteor and died. No, I didn't. I just took damage. I eventually made it. And then I landed the first time through, and I was like, okay, nothing's happening. So I turned my spacecraft over, and it fell over, and it fucking blew up. And somehow, you can't lose the game, I guess. It only, like, things go wrong, and I guess it takes longer.
Did you make it in 39 days?
You just happen. You just do it.
Oh.
I'm saying there's no failing.
Oh, okay.
Once 39 days happens, it's like, oh, yeah, fucking... And then he just wants to have a picnic.
Nice. It's like Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Gets to the moon and he fucking eats the moon like cheese on crackers.
It's like, oh, that was a really frustrating way to get to a picnic.
So what's the verdict on this one?
I'd pass immediately. I don't want to touch this game again.
And what would you have valued it?
Probably like $5, I guess.
And what is the value on said game?
It does not have a price.
That's right. You said it doesn't have one yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't pay anything for this.
Damn.
I wouldn't, dude. It's not
sad.
It's not really fucking fun. I thought it would be like when the first cup of tea happens. I'm like, oh, cool. It's gonna be like you have to like take hints and like, oh, this is how you do it. I get it. You have to like figure out how he wants his tea. No, it's just the same fucking like 3 iterations of tea. He never wants salty tea. That'd be funny.
Salty tea?
Yeah, because when you pour the water, it's like a cup of salty, a boiling cup of salty water. Then you put tea in it. It's like a boiling cup of tea. And then you put sugar. No, a boiling cup of salty tea. Then you put sugar. A boiling cup of tea. You put more sugar. A boiling cup of sweet tea.
Interesting.
There's not enough variation.
I see.
That's really the main thing, is that there's like no replayability. If I played this once, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Bummer.
Yeah, I would say pass. But it's pleasant, I guess.
Do you have any more games?
No, that's all we've got.
Okay.
This week.
Well, before we get on to our big fucking tournament majigger, let's talk about Billy Mitchell and his being dethroned /
banned.
Banned, yeah.
Yeah, he's
so. Do you know who Billy Mitchell is, Mike?
I don't.
Do you know about the King of Kong?
I don't.
Did you ever see that documentary back in the day of they were breaking the records of the original Donkey Kong arcade game? And there was a whole documentary about it because a lot of controversy came up because at the time, Billy Mitchell holds several records for games. He was the first person to do the perfect Pac-Man, and he held the world score for Donkey Kong. And then Steve Wiebe, a competitor, went to excuse me. It's what's the name of the place again? I have it right here. Twin Galaxies. He went to the arcade Twin Galaxies. They hold all the record keeping. Like, they're one of the most sanctioned record keepers for video game high scores and whatnot. And Steve Wiebe actually went there in person and played, and he broke 1 million points on Donkey Kong. And it was like, oh, dang, Steve Wiebe's the first person to do that. But then when he did that, Billy Mitchell sent in a tape, like, at the same time, and was like, oh, by the way, I've done this before. And so he took the title of first to beat a million, and they honored his because he was, he's held so many records before. And
also, if he sent the tape in, that means he did it first.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point that it was made. It's like, no. Right. So they gave the title of first to break a million to Billy Mitchell, and under the pretense of this tape, but it has now been found that he was using an emulator and not an official cabinet.
Oh.
And you can do, and that's the thing is like, even if he wasn't using certain cheats or anything like that, it doesn't have the nuances of the original board, so it doesn't have the same kill screen, etc. So, and he also said that he was using the original board is one of the big problems. And that's the only ones they honor at Twin Galaxies are original cabinets. And there was actually a South Park episode that was loosely based off this whole thing. It was the More Crap episode where Randy Marsh takes the biggest dump. And Bono was all like, no, he has to do it in Zurich because Billy Mitchell was saying that about Steve Wiebe. He's like, he has to go to Twin Galaxies and he has to beat the record there. And then, at the end, he just sends his fucking tape and was like, no, I actually beat it. And the same thing happened in More Crap. Bono was just like, I swear to its authenticity, and sends like pictures of him sitting next to it. That was like, that whole thing was based off of this event.
Oh, that's fun.
And, but yeah, they're getting rid of his scores. And it's not fully fleshed out in their official statement that they're getting rid of all his scores, but I feel like it sounds like that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Is that even though they know he didn't cheat on on the other stuff like Pac-Man and whatnot, right, they're still just taking him off the list because of because of the reasoning behind it. It's like, this guy's a cheater. We're not going to honor any of his achievements.
Tainted everything.
Yeah, exactly. And but it's been 11 years since this happened. It's taken this long for it to all flesh out and go. And I guess the big reason why it took so long is because they really wanted to make sure that it was a cheat. And it's like there was a ton of analysis. Because if you've ever heard about this, the time it takes to get the kill screen on Donkey Kong is like 14 hours. Uh-huh. So you're analyzing 14 hours of footage.
Right.
And yeah, they found that there were shifts on from level to level, that it wasn't it didn't do what the arcade does, where it basically just flashes back into the next board. It was doing this like shifting thing, which is characteristic of some emulators. And just in general, and what's funny though about this whole thing is because when he originally sent the tape, there was like scan lines happening on the right side of the screen, and left side actually. Oh, and it kept like going over the score and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And people were questioning it even then. And like so many people were like, that's bullshit. Like, especially because he just sent it in as a tape.
Right.
And I guess he was kind of like, they said that they were like looking at old emails that were within their network. And like some of the discussion between this. So I think the what's the word for it? Just the strength of the judge who like honored it mm-hmm. is being questioned now too. That old guy.
Integrity?
Yeah, the integrity. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, the integrity of that judge. I can't remember his name. The older guy though, who's always around Billy Mitchell whenever they're doing like official events. Mm-hmm. And I think it's pretty crazy though, like because the King of Kong documentary picked like. It painted Billy Mitchell as the bad guy completely, as just being a total bad dude. Mm-hmm. But then if you watch him in like other videos, and where it's like they're not trying to make him look that way, it's like he seems like a totally all right guy. Yeah, he's definitely cocky, mm-hmm. and it's like he was called the video game player of the century by the creator of Pac-Man and all that stuff, and he's won all these awards. And it's like he genuinely is a good player, but he's cheated on, obviously here. Which is the problem. And it's like, but he seemed like a decent guy overall. And it's like, nope, your heroes are liars. Yeah. But this whole thing's kind of cracking open to the whole bigger step of things, of just video games in general, because a lot of people play on emulators because they don't have access to the original hardware. It's like, they're not necessarily printing arcade cabinets of Donkey Kong anymore.
Right.
You can always go to these arcades and play it like Steve Wiebe did. He went out to the tournament, to the arcade, which is, I can't remember the location, but it was in a totally different state. Like, he had to fly out there and spend actual time and money to go to this event. So it's pretty crazy. I found it very interesting that after 11 years they finally found this out.
Yeah, it's a lengthy investigation for sure.
Yeah, right. All right. Anything you guys have to say on that, or should we get
With
cracking?
that, I think we ought to get started on this tournament.
Yeah. So go ahead and introduce the tournament and describe what this is.
Well, this is it's a video game character tournament. There are many bouts, and we have characters that are matched up, sort of equal in a sense of their abilities, and we three will argue who we think would win the bout and cast a vote. Obviously, the majority wins, and they'll move on to the next bout, and we'll progress until we crown a winner.
Nice.
Looks like it's a,
All right.
16 rounds to start.
Yes.
All right. So let's crack it right open.
We may have to like speed round some of these to get through all of it, but
Yeah, we've got the whole second hour and then 15 minutes. Well, sorry, 10 minutes for right now.
So, let's get it started. The first one is Mega Man versus Samus from Metroid.
Initially, I'm inclined to believe Samus. Just because
And
of,
it's not X, right? It's Mega Man.
Yeah, it's just Mega Man. And we will, some of these bouts we're going to have to make certain table rules for. Because, like, later on, there's, like, one featuring Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. And if you're like, what's Cloud with all the materia? And
Yeah, right. I was
everything-
like, are we going to call hyper materia
Yeah.
like overdrive?
Limit
Yeah.
breaker.
I would be like, maybe
Yeah.
you can have limit breaks, but no materia. We'll get to it. But, yeah, we have to make some of those kind of table rules for these characters.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like if you ever put Goku in a fight, it's like, which Goku?
Yeah.
Especially fucking Superman.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Superman, yeah, it's like Golden Age Superman where he could just think of a power. Yeah, exactly. So
Stupid. Yeah, I'm initially inclined to lean Samus, provided we're talking generic plain Mega Man, just from versatility and like armory.
yeah, I think
Armory,
also a big addition to Mega Man's just his overall persona is if you watch the cartoon, it's like original Mega Man, not X, is like he gets whooped on. Like there's an episode where X goes and meets original Mega Man, and some bad guys from X's timeline come to the past, and they just like completely destroy Mega Man, and he can't do crap about him. Like he goes to shoot them, and his blaster does nothing, and then X comes there, and he's like totally invincible. Like it's like the difference between vibranium and iron in strength. So yeah, if we're
Right.
talking Marvel canon.
You got any?
So I'm going Samus on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to make an argument against that because Mega Man, if he hasn't already defeated some of his own villains and stolen their powers, like he doesn't do much.
Right.
So yeah, I think Samus will take that, sweep that round.
Yeah, because I think Samus, even without her powers, is still very athletic and she's still like very capable.
Right.
I mean,
yeah,
she can
like,
zero suit.
Zero suit Samus
Yeah.
is a
thing.
formidable opponent.
Yeah, Zero Suit Samus is capable of fighting a souped up version of herself, her suit that has everything, and she's able to do it. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Next match, Nathan Drake versus Lara Croft.
This one I am not well versed enough in Nathan or in Uncharted to really comment on, but I would assume that this is a fairly even match.
Yeah, this is a pretty strong one. The thing is Nathan Drake has a good amount of luck on his side. I think that's like his biggest thing is like,
He also used until recently he's used a lot more firearms than old Lara Croft did.
yeah, I was gonna say he uses a lot of guns, but the thing is Lara Croft is like a black belt
Right.
and she's very athletic.
And Nathan Drake is just
and it's like even though she doesn't use a ton of guns, her dual pistols, she's just a boss with them. Like she
That's fair.
can freaking take down a tiger with M9s,
Mm-hmm.
and she's gone in and done like co-op, like spec op stuff
Right.
with
Covert ops
pistols.
is what
Yeah,
you-
covert ops is what I was going, not co-op. But yeah, she's done covert ops with pistols, and she has the ability to use other guns too. Like she's used submachine guns and sniper rifles.
right.
And I really hands down have to give this one to Laura because it's like she's just like if you took the guns away, Nathan Drake's a brawler and he can take some hits. Lara Croft could like put him in an arm bar and break his arm.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll trust you on that. I didn't know if Nathan Drake was a fighter or anything.
No, he's more of like, I'm gonna hit you in the face, and I'm
He's
like,
sort of an Indiana Jones type of character.
he's like Indiana Jones, John Wayne type, you know.
Yeah, he just has ingenuity.
Yeah, he's brooding. It's just his luck. Like, there's been times where it's like he falls off a cliff and flies down a waterfall, and instead of getting impaled on rebar like Lara Croft did, he's just like, I'm all good, brush it off. Lara Croft, meanwhile, you know, gets impaled and worked her way out of that. So, I mean, even if we go different canon Lara Crofts, it's like both Lara Crofts, I think, hands down, beat Nathan Drake.
Yeah. Oh, even harkening back to her original.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking on jungle cats, like you said.
She
and all
beat
kinds of
raptors.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, there's raptors in those tombs.
Sounds like we give this to Lara Croft.
I think so. Next up, Sonic the Hedgehog versus Tracer from Overwatch.
This is silly,
It is.
but I'm inclined to lean Tracer.
I say we have Sonic at least has a few rings, so he can take
So he
one
doesn't-
hit.
Yeah, he doesn't die instantly.
Yeah, he can take some hits. We're not talking gold Sonic here.
Yeah.
We're talking regular old Sonic. Are we going with old school Sonic? Or are we talking 3D Sonic?
We go 3D Sonic, I guess.
3D Sonic, because 3D Sonic has a little bit more, like, even though I hate the 3D games for the most part, he has a bit more mobility and flying and all that stuff.
True, but
Like,
I think
he
it's
can-
only in the sense that
He's able
there's
to
more,
like.
there's more dimension to the game. That's the only reason it seems that way.
That's
because
true.
his hovering, or not his hovering, his homing attacks have always been like, magnetized, fucking zoom to the opponent you're aiming at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think Tracer just having the time skip and all that stuff
Mm-hmm.
really opens it up for her, because it's like, yeah, he's fast. He's the speed of sound, but she's faster than time.
Yeah, it's
so.
like it's not like Sonic puts out like
But
damage.
I mean, on the opposite side of that, her ability is limited in how often she can do it. You know what
That's
I mean?
true. Yeah.
So
Well, that depends. Are we going off a gameplay perspective or like in the
In the well, even in the
Even-
cinematics,
yeah,
it's
even
gone
in
down. In the
cinematics.
original cinematic, when she was fighting Widow and Reaper in the museum, it drains down, and she's like can't do anything for a minute. And she was hiding under cover, waiting for it to recharge.
right?
So it's like she does have that limitation.
Right, but it's a lot less limited in that. That's like she has cooldown every like I don't know fucking
right in the cinematic, she's not like three times and then
Yeah.
but yeah, there is still a cooldown. So if he could avoid her, but she also has guns, which he doesn't have. So.
Yeah, exactly.
and even
She's
then she
guns.
can just recall any
Yeah.
damage somehow Sonic manages to do. I don't think Sonic is enough of a fighter
Yeah.
to take this.
That's totally true. And even though like so if we're going off of what's written down, Sonic is fast. But if we're going by like what actually happens in the games, he's not that fast by his actual units per like displacement
I tend to ignore that just because of like
gameplay.
yeah.
Yeah, for gameplay's sake. But yeah, like they did the math. I think it was actually what was that? The game theory that Mario is actually faster than Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that's nonsensical.
Yeah.
Logic wise.
Yeah, but if you go by units displaced, then yeah, it
It just
is.
happens to be that way for gameplay's sake.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll give it to Tracer on this one,
Tracer.
and I think you guys both agreed too on that.
Yeah, I mean, he's fast, but it is hard to argue with her time skipping abilities, and those guns are pretty strong.
So we've got a minute and a half for this segment, so we'll continue on the break. We'll run by real quick what we've got for the next brackets coming up.
The next couple of matches, we've got Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden versus Dante from Devil May Cry. And then we've got Link from Legend of Zelda versus Cloud from
That's
Final Fantasy VII.
that's a pretty interesting one. When we were reading, I was anticipating that.
Yeah.
And then what's next?
And then Commander Shepard versus the Master Chief.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one. Like, when I mentioned luck with Nathan Drake, that's like actually mentioned in the game about Master Chief. But and then from there,
And then we've got Tifa Lockhart, also from Final Fantasy VII, versus Chun-Li from Street Fighter. And then Solid Snake versus Ezio.
Closing out that bracket. That one, okay.
that's gonna be very like. Wait a second.
Yeah.
We're talking technology here. All right, you're listening to the Kind of Gaming Show on Chaotic Radio. We will be taking a break. We will still be live on YouTube, where I'll just have music playing for you guys. But for anyone listening on the app, you will hear some commercials, and then we'll be back for the second hour.
Thank you.
And okay, we are on break right now.
Is anyone watching on the YouTube stream?
There are YouTube people watching. We have 4 people right
Are
now.
they chiming in at all?
We had one person, it was actually my girlfriend, chiming in early in the beginning. She was saying that Miguel should review Battle for Azeroth when it comes out. My girlfriend has been messing with Miguel, saying that he needs to play World of Warcraft because she plays it all the time. But Miguel hates World of Warcraft.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
You hate World of Warcraft. Oh, man. That's, I'm just thinking right now about Ezio versus Solid Snake. That's gonna be funny.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to change there, though.
Right.
What
All right,
should make
I'm gonna
that
go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
fair? I guess we could have said, like, Sam Fisher versus Snake instead. But even then, it's like Snake is like a fucking genetically modified dude. Sam Fisher is just a badass.
Yeah, but I mean, there's all the mythological shit in the Assassin's Creed universe too. So
Right.
and out of all the assassins, I feel like he got the most gadgetry.
Right.
Ezio.
True. Well, up to a point, I don't know. There's a lot more modern assassins as well and whatnot, but we'll talk about it. Discussion will be had.
Got the YouTube up now, so we should also make the announcement that if they're watching and they want to cast their vote too, we can factor that in. Andrew just messaged the group chat, said just a heads up, 42 Coffee is listening to the show.
Porto Coffee, yeah. Or 4-2, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I guess they're a potential sponsor. See, we probably shouldn't be talking about how low our viewer count is.
All right, we got about 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
What's the bracket we're coming in on?
Come on, don't do this to me, computer. Stop being stupid. We are coming back in on Ryu Hayabusa versus Dante.
Versus Dante. Thinking of a theme song to come into on the break. Let's just go with the Final Fantasy Victory theme. The Final Fantasy VII one, because it's pretty different. I remember the first time I played it around Miguel. Miguel was like, "What the fuck?" Because it's totally different.
That, yeah.
You were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
All right, we've got minute and 9 seconds.
sound.
All right, 30 seconds silence.
You're listening to chaoticradio.com.
If I were to say the Kinda Gaming Show, would that mean anything to you?
And we are back on the Kind of Gaming Show at chaoticradio.com.
Howdy.
We are in the middle of a tournament series where we are deliberating on
Who would win?
protagonists, video game protagonists.
Yes.
Who would win? Do they know anything? Let's find out.
Yeah, right.
And also, if you guys are viewing this via the YouTubes, we are monitoring the chat. So if you have a vote, you might swing the vote. So let us know.
If you have any input and you were like, hey, Cloud would totally wreck Link's face, then yeah, let's know.
So next up is Ryo Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden versus Dante from Devil May Cry. And I'm going to say this right now. It's like old school Devil May Cry, none of this DMC shit.
Okay. I've only played the original.
And which Ryu are we talking about? Like full powered own
Yeah, I was gonna say I've only played the original Ninja Gaiden, so it's like he's just kind of just a ninja in that one.
You haven't played any of the newer games where it's like
No.
stupid how difficult it is?
No.
I would say probably one of the more modern iterations of him.
Okay, so I'm basically sitting out.
Like classic NES, no.
classic NES where he would fall down a pothole and die.
No,
Oh,
if
man.
if he's gonna have any kind of potential fight against Dante, it has to be from one of the more recent games.
Yeah.
So
I think man, they're both very fast.
Mm-hmm.
But Dante's got, what's it called, the demon trigger? Is that the word for it?
you're talking about when he transforms?
Yeah, and he goes all like really badass and starts like going quicker than everything and shooting with ultimate accuracy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that alone like puts him on the next tier because he's like fights otherworldly things.
Yeah, well, I think in the newer Ninja Gaiden games, there's like a lot of demonic stuff that he's fighting too.
That's true, but they're like that whole like physical realm demon type stuff where it's like they're still bound by what's happening. I mean, as far as fantasy goes,
Yeah.
but oh, man,
Yeah, they both have very similar games in the sense that like they fight and upgrade their weaponry and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I think you may be right with Dante having a slight edge, being able to.
yeah, it's like Dante fights ethereal stuff more so, and I think it's like even though Ryu has a lot of ranged weaponry, it's like Dante has guns, and he's really good at using them. Like he's dead accurate, and he does like all kinds of crazy bullet stuff, like wanted level things.
He can bend bullets.
Yeah, right.
All right, so we're going Dante.
I think I'm gonna have to give it to Dante, just especially old school Dante.
Fine by me.
All right. Next up, Link from Legend of Zelda versus Cloud from Final Fantasy VII.
I'm gonna say it's probably Cloud, even if you don't like take away his biggest like.
Like we have to try to level the playing field as much as we can. I would say Link gets the Master Sword. Cloud can maybe use his limit breaks, but no magic.
Right. Yeah. See, but that's the thing. Even with limit breaks, it's like Link is still kind of just like his magic sword is.
But like you gotta think, like if you think in terms of the game itself, like Link is very durable. Like think of what he's fighting. He fights things that are like 100 feet tall, that are just crushing him at times, and he gets back up and he's like, all right, let's keep fighting.
Right.
And it's like if you want to like go straight up for how they are in the game, it's like Link is extremely durable because he goes and he saves people and throughout Hyrule they're just walking about, And when they get hit by a Bokoblin, they'll die in like one hit. But when he gets hit, it's like, whatever, shake it off, keep going.
Right, but Cloud is the same way.
That's true, but it's like, you can't just write off Link as like, oh, he's just some guy fighting with a sword. It's like...
I know, I mean his damage, his output, his abilities to cause harm are like, they're not insane.
Well, it's like, if you think...
They're not nearly on the level.
Let me ask you this. Does he have a magical flute?
What?
Does Cloud have a magical flute?
Oh, okay.
Well, like, let's put it this way. Like, it's like you kind of have to like step back and look at the scope of things, because like if you look at Breath of the Wild, Link defeated Ganon.
Right.
Ganon brought the apocalypse upon people.
Right.
And it's like, we're talking about someone who, you know, so like they're both actually extremely strong. Like, because yes, Cloud does that too, but you got to think like Link didn't just, you know, fight some big thing. He fought something that literally ended humanity for a bit, and like almost destroyed the entire world.
Well, yeah, but it's like the whole like not Sephiroth, but what's the Genosis? Genova. The whole like Genova.
Genova's witness.
Yeah. Basically, the Cloud's fighting the same level of threat to his world, only before it fucked everything over. You get what I'm saying? It's like, and on top of that, the like Bahamut and all the like other like mythical
the
things,
Elder Dragons,
yeah, all the things that transcend Final Fantasy games and whatnot. Cloud fights things on that level as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the level of damage and like things that like the scale of enemies that Cloud takes down are on a different level than Link on the average. Ganondorf is one of the most like threatening things for Link.
Well, it's like if you look at just most of the temple bosses, they are like Colossus in a way.
Some of them.
Yeah, well, not all of them, of course, but it's like, and then he also fights ghosts and shit. So there's that, like,
right, but that's that again. Get into like it's the Master Sword that's doing all the work, and it's like again someone like Cloud, the Master Sword's not going to be like, oh yeah, he's fucking evil. Oh,
well, it's not always a master. Like he defeats ghosts with just a regular old sword. So there is that. It's like, it's weird because it's, you know, it's fantasy that we're talking about. So there's this whole step back to things. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, just by how it's done cinematically, it's like you'd instantly kind of just lean towards Cloud, because it's like cinematically they made it like really breakneck amazing. But then it's like when you like step back and look at how it's being done, it's like they're really close, and Link is very strong. Where in the fact that he can, and all his gadgets and stuff, like his gadgetry is what, like if you made Link as cinematic as Cloud, like if the Final Fantasy team just made Link do some things with all his gadgets, it'd be insane.
No, see, but the scale of like attack and like damage, like limit breakers and all the like.
Well, I think it's fair if you're giving Cloud limit breaks, then you have to be able to give Link his gadgets, like, you know.
But even then,
like
at max level, Cloud goes way above Link's ceiling of attack, I guess, the damage that Link's capable of doing. So it's like you have to give a handicap. Like the way we make this even is like if Cloud is just I don't know, base equipment. Like there's no extra magic or machina.
Well,
Materia.
And
Jesus Christ.
Right, and I get what you're saying, but it's difficult to, you know, make the argument because in Final Fantasy they deal in numbers for damage, and in Legend of Zelda they don't. Right. So it is hard to match those up. So we just have to kind of
and if we go like Link can lift extremely heavy objects with his gauntlets and everything. Mm-hmm. This is like a little bit of outside analysis from other people, but Link won the death battle of Link versus Cloud from that channel.
I don't care about
from Screw Attack. But it's like, you know, they go through a lot of analysis in that, and then they kind of said that.
So you're going Link.
I'm kind of like I'm really indifferent at this because I really love both those characters. Mm-hmm. Cloud is arguably my favorite design of a character in video games, especially his Advent Children outfit. And I just really like the character in general. Like, it's cool. He's just an awesome dude. But I've played Zelda is the reason I've like played video games when I was a kid. So it's like you're pitting me against. So I'm saying indifferent. It's between you two at this one.
Well, it sounds like you're going Cloud,
Yeah.
and I'm going Link. So we need
Damn.
we need a
Look at that shit.
tiebreaker.
Fuck. Do we have any commenters?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No one has commented.
We'll skip this one for now, and this will keep going on the debate because it's
Wow,
really
you really are torn.
I am torn between them.
We'll flip a coin.
It's funny because Mike and I can both like definitively like say which one we
Well,
believe.
because that was honestly when I was reading this thing. That's the one I was thinking about. That's the one that got me when I was looking at the brackets. I was like, "Fuck, that's a hard one." And I was going through it, and I was like, "I can't choose between these two right now. Like they're really fucking good." Like, and it's like you're taking like two of my favorite characters. Like if you threw Doom Guy in the mix, I'd be like, "Oh, Doom Guy." But then
I feel like that means there's too much room for bias.
no, there's a
your
lot of
side.
bias. But like when I was like, but Doom Guy, honestly though, like it's good that he's not in here because he's actually really fucking terribly strong. But even looking at him objectively, I'm still very torn because it's like I was saying, you have to take a step back and it's like there's a lot of flair going on in Final Fantasy.
Oh, we got a commenter.
Oh,
The
Link!
Link.
We got Link, so Link's the winner.
Booyah! Link's moving on. Suck
There
it,
you go.
Cloud.
Do you not like Cloud?
No, I love Cloud.
Oh, okay.
I think he's great.
I actually prefer Link as a character.
Oh,
but
really?
I just do not think he's on Cloud's level.
All right, next up, Commander Shepard versus Master Chief.
Man, I don't know enough about the way biotics work in Mass Effect to
Yeah,
argue this.
for me, like straight up, the biotics are what make
Shepard.
Shepard. It's like
contender?
Master Shepard. I was
Yeah.
gonna say biotics are what make Shepard win, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah, because not only does he have the biotics, which like he could just make a singularity and pull Master Chief away from the combat, and then just start unloading on him with the Geth assault rifle. It's like Shepard's armor is like really fucking strong as well. Like yeah, I know Master Chief's is, but it's not like it's not like because that's usually Master Chief's his like solid. It's like oh his armor's so strong, he can like, take falls from space and everything. That's like usually what makes him stronger than other people. But it's like Commander Shepard has that going for him too. So
Yeah, they both have extremely well. The armor itself, Master Chief's, is definitely more resilient at base. It's the shielding.
yeah,
Shepard's
Shepard's
shielding
has shields.
Is on
And
yeah.
it's-
Shepard's shielding is on at least on the level of Master Chief's.
Yeah, and it's like, and if we go on the topic of Kat getting shot in the head and dying when she like first put on her helmet,
Yeah,
it's like, and
well,
then
no, that's I don't have a problem with that because they got EMP'd, all their shields were down and everything. But it's that like suddenly they're so like fucking haphazard and unaware that
That's
she
true.
just is running all fucking willy nilly and takes a shot to the back of the head.
yeah,
What the fuck? When did they fall apart in that?
right. Yeah, I have to go towards Shepard on this one because it's like when you think about it, they both have the amazing armor, they both have incredible gun usage. And it's like the biggest thing. It's like they both kind of have luck. Master Chief more so.
Right. Master Chief also has a lot more physical enhancements, though. I'm inclined to believe that if he's able to close the distance, which he should.
Well, that's
be able
what
to
that's
do
what
with
biotics
shielding.
are though. They're physical enhancements.
No, I mean his body, not
just
not
in
like
general.
abilities,
Right.
like powers, but Master Chief himself, if he's able to close distances, which I believe he could, because they both have the resilience that I don't think Shepard could easily contain Master Chief.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because of the biotics, because he can, especially if we're talking about the Shepard I played. I was a biotic when I played, so I had all of those moves for me, like the full biotic hold.
That's another difficult thing about Shepard, though, is because
Shepard has
There's
so
three
many different
ways
uses.
you can play him, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you could play him as a gun guy, but it's like even if you are the gun guy, you still have like, access to the biotic powers, and it's like you could use biotic wave and just blow away anything in this direction, and then like I said, cast singularity. It sucks up everything in that immediate area, and then just makes it suspended.
but that requires a certain line of sight and visibility and like.
Not with singularity. And
is it-
And
is-
biotics can go through objects.
No, but is Singularity different in lore than it is in game? Because in game, it's like the Singularity has a pretty restricted range, and you have to like be able to see.
Well, in the first one, you can toss it out, and it'll like vector over.
Oh, it has like a travel time.
Yeah.
because I've only seen it active in number 3, I think, because it's like a cast, like it just appears.
Yeah, but I mean, you can cast it around corners and stuff. And
Right.
that's
But you
things
have
do
to.
it.
Basically, what I'm saying is like you have to be within visible range.
Uh-huh. And I think, well, another thing too is like Shepard's mind. He was able to resist the Reaper's mind control, which is a very big deal because even the Elusive Man, who's like one of the smartest humans in the galaxy, succumbed to it.
Also, the chat is quite adamant that Shepard is a lady. So
Shepard
Shepard is a woman, please. Yeah, you mean play her? Yeah,
fair enough. But see, I think if you're giving Shepard this flexibility of biotics, you also have to give Master Chief his full arsenal of.
I am giving him it in my mind. I am giving it to him, and I still give it to Shepard, like hands down.
I think Master Chief has the physical capability and tactile edge over Shepard because of.
Well, I mean, like the event at the end of Mass Effect 3 was like 4 days of no sleep, and Shepard still pulled through it all. So, and he is capable of running like a motherfucker.
Running like a mother.
I mean, that's why I attribute what you're talking about, Master Chief. He runs like a motherfucker.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You're saying even if Master Chief is able to close some distances, Shepard can escape. That's fair. I think Master Chief could easily play the range game though as well because he's got the physical enhancements to fire a fucking 50 caliber sniper rifle like it's a toy.
Yeah, but Shepard does that with the high impact shot by the Turian technology, which is stronger than any guns that humans have held. So, and you can he busts fucking high impact shot. You can one arm that bitch over the cover. So
that's funny.
If Shepard can do a high impact shot with one arm, I feel like shooting the 50 cal is not necessarily a big deal.
Well, we got to move on because we got a lot of fights left. So are you going Shepard?
Shepard.
I can't give it to him. I don't.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Because you didn't play Mass Effect, yeah.
Right. I've only seen from a gameplay perspective what he's capable of, and I don't know if that's enough to overcome Master Chief.
Yeah.
Do you have any lean, Mike?
I'll
say I vote Master Chief.
Yeah, I mean it's a rough argument, but I'm going to say that Shepard at least has the ability to halt time and pull up that radial menu to figure out what he's going to do.
Shepard just talks his way out of it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, Shepard bangs Master Chief.
Well, this didn't end the way I thought.
Are we putting another pin in one, or do you have a conclusion, Mike?
No, I'm probably based on the two arguments that you guys, because instinctively I would probably go with Master Chief just because of everything he's killed, but Shepard is also quite impressive as well, and just based on the two arguments, I think I'm going to side with Shepard on this one.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's see. Moving on, we've got Tifa Lockhart versus Chun-Li.
I'm gonna say Tifa, just because Chun-Li's abilities are on it's the same argument as Link versus Cloud. The Final Fantasy world just has so much more destructive capability and there's more at work in their powers than there is.
Have you seen Chun-Li's thighs?
Chun-Li can fly with her kicks.
She'll destroy Tifa with those kicks.
And she can do she does the hurricane kick, she does the rapid fire kicks. It's fuck. She moves her kicks faster than sound. It breaks sound every time she kicks.
And if she can get close, she has that dainty little fireball thing.
Yeah, she can just throw a Hitoken, I think is hers is called. It's not a Hadoken. So.
Is she saying something different?
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought it was Hadoken still.
No, hers is different. Yeah, she can throw hers out. It's oh, you're right here. Bam! Just throw that shit out there. And her legs are fucking cut, kick through steel type legs. That's a difficult one. I mean, Tifa punches.
I was gonna say Tifa's also ridiculously strong.
Yeah, when they're fighting in the church in Advent Children, she fucking punches through a church.
Yeah. And we'd have to, if we gave Cloud his limit breaks, we'd probably have to do the same for her.
Yeah,
so.
Right. Well, it's that's the thing. Is and then Chun-Li has her ultimate finisher with all the style and flair.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you have to decide: are we giving them both maximum power level? There can't be uneven handicaps.
I feel like even with maximum power level, it's you can compare these ones because these are. I mean, Tifa is not as flashy, showy as Cloud was.
Right.
She's a side character, so they didn't up her up too much.
I mean, she's part of the main cast. She's
right. No, I'm just meaning she's not the fucking face of the game.
Okay.
And then she's even the downplayed girl, man, for some reason. She's so much better than Aerith. But I'm giving this one to Tifa overall. Even though Chun-Li has been the one I play very much on Street Fighter, I'm gonna have to give it to Tifa. That's my go, because it's Tifa has a lot of Kav McGraw like judo moves going on, and she has like they both have those hard. She has the hard punches. Chun-Li has the hard kicks, and it's like
Yeah, they're both highly durable. They're both very strong.
yeah,
But on that note, I'm going to give it to Chun-Li because kicks have longer reach than punches.
that's true, and she can jump off walls.
But I mean, Tifa's like magic capabilities are still
Yeah,
still
you throw
outclass
those in there.
Chun-Li's.
So you're giving it to Tifa.
She has more versatility.
So you're going Tifa.
Tifa.
All right,
Tifa wins this one.
It's the same reason Cloud should have beat Link.
All right, Solid Snake versus Ezio.
This like I can't even like
I'm like-
humor the fact that like unless you give Ezio okay there's one way to do this. If you unhandicapped both fucking parties, Ezio has the Apple of Eden. Okay. If you give any sort of handicap where Ezio does not have the Apple of Eden, it is hands down
But
Snake.
if we're going with like the crazy handicaps though, that means everyone's infected with fox dye, and so just being around Snake would kill Ezio.
That's true too.
If we're going
no,
with-
but the Apple of Eden would be able to save him from that. He can basically just wish himself better.
Right, but it's like he would still have it. Like just having fox dye causes you to start just dying.
No, that's what I'm saying. He could cure himself.
he could cure himself of fox dye. That's
the
true.
apple of
But
Eden.
also remember, if Ezio gets killed, then whoever was playing him just plugs back into the Animus and tries again.
Just do it again. You desynchronized.
I don't think we're talking Animus gameplay here. I'm thinking we're
right.
somehow Snake or Ezio is in.
Well, because
Look,
Ezio had to have survived.
Yeah.
So there is a real Ezio.
I think
timeline
this
thing,
is
but-
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
true.
I mean, yes, Solid Snake has the technology, but to me, it's a stealth battle, and they
That's
have different
fair.
skill sets.
Yeah.
and I don't think you can discount how lethal Ezio can be.
Yeah.
But that's also fair that an argument for Snake, even with the Apple of Eden, say Snake has the
Snake was able to defeat Sniper Wolf, one of the greatest snipers, and she was high on diazepam, which makes her hyper alert, and he was still able to overdo it.
right. He could feasibly catch Ezio off guard before he's able to do anything, even with
He's
the
got that
Apple.
eagle vision, bro.
Yeah, and if we're going old Snake, he has Octo Camo. So
Yeah, I think I got to give it to Snake.
yeah, I'm giving a Snake on this one, especially the railgun. Oh, Ezio's behind that wall. Just tear it down.
All right, moving on then. We are
We
now
still got plenty
onto
of time.
the
Yeah.
next bracket. All right.
Andrew, Metal Gear Solid 3 is Big Boss, not Solid Snake. God damn it. Is it MGS4 Snake or 3? I'm like,
So
3 was not Snake.
we've got a
not
battle
Solid
of fighting game characters. Coming up.
Oh.
We've got Ryu from Street Fighter versus Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat.
This one I want to say Ryu because with no handicaps, if evil Ryu is a thing, even,
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
even Liu Kang like beating like demons and shit. I don't think it's so-
Demons, he's fucking fought like gods.
That's what I'm saying. Like even then, yeah, the elder gods and whatnot. But even then, I don't think that they are as devastating as evil Ryu because like fucking the whole like Wrath of Asura and everything.
But honestly, like I would honestly count Evil Ryu as a different character. So I would just say this is standard Ryu versus standard Liu Kang from the game. Nothing
Okay.
crazy.
Then it's really fucking hard.
Yeah, and especially if we don't go like further into the Mortal Kombat series. If we're talking old school cabinets,
Yeah.
like Mortal Kombat 2
I'd say like
versus
Street Fighter 2 versus Mortal Kombat
2. Could Liu Kang turn into that was in 3 when he started turning into a dragon, wasn't it?
No, it was 2.
It was 2.
That was his fatality. Was the
That's
dragon
right.
in 2.
Okay, so if it's the base characters from 2, yeah, we probably give it to Liu Kang.
Yeah, because or like even if we go into like Third Strike where Ryu has his super Hadouken, it's like
It's just an
That-
up in power.
it's like it's big, but compared to just being a dragon and fucking wrecking things, yeah, I'm gonna give it to Liu Kang
All right.
because we're limiting ourselves to 2 in this one. That's
Yeah.
a good way to do it because
Yeah.
they're pretty crazy otherwise.
All right. I agree with you guys on that one. Liu Kang is moving on. Next up, we have Nina from the Tekken franchise versus Taki from Soul Edge.
Soul
Calibur.
Calibur.
I'm an originalist.
Oh, okay.
You're a European.
Yeah. As they also imported.
Yeah.
This was really tough.
So
This one
it's
is
Taki versus Nina.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, Taki's got like ninja training and shit. but Nina's like a fucking secret agent, right?
Yep.
That's true, but Taki has those fucking, like, she actually has, like, Naruto fucking moves where she starts doing hand gestures and, like,
Yeah, some like ninjutsu
orbs,
stuff.
like, start shooting out of her, and there's energy waves and all that.
Yeah.
Nina Williams is a serious combatant. Like, she's a serious fuck you in the face with her fists.
Yeah, that's my immediate thought is like when it comes to straight up fighting, I feel like Nina has
But
the edge.
that's the thing is Taki has a lot of maneuverability. She gets right on top of people and slits their throat before they even see it coming. So
Right, but that's
I want to
because
say
she-
Taki. Like, that's like, after playing both of them a lot, it's like the big separator would be that Nina Williams has guns, but Taki has deflected Cervantes bullets, so
Right.
she just fucking Wonder Woman's it right off her.
But Cervantes
wrist guards.
is just a fucking weird magic pirate dude. He's not
He
like
still
a,
has guns.
Yeah, but he's not like a marksman or a trained gunman like Nina Williams with two
He's
fucking
like-
pistols
he's
could
like-
easily outgun.
He's like 800 years old. He's got so much time to be perfect at it.
Yeah, but he just has like this fucking one gun that he shoots fucking once. I'm saying like
Well,
Nina
he has
Williams,
the rapid fire that he shoots out of them, and they're unlimited ammo. So
That's true, but that's like I feel like that's a game.
I feel like you're doing magic versus like quasi real life,
right.
and just magic trumps semi real life. That's how I feel.
I feel like there's an edge to being able to fire off more rounds more accurately on Nina over like Cervantes as far as like.
But the thing is, she doesn't fire her gun rapidly and use it all the time.
No, but because she's an agent, like outside of gameplay in lore.
well, I mean, even in lore though, she doesn't use it as that. She uses it as like an interrogation method.
Right, but she's like a highly trained.
But she can use
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
so is
that's what I'm
Taki's a ninja.
Yeah, same
highly
thing.
trained. Like, she's raised her whole life being a ninja. So
Right. No, yeah, same thing. I'm talking about Nina's guns, for example, or for now though. Like I'm saying, she's a much bigger threat than things that Taki is able to.
But it's like,
combat with.
well, my bias is like, okay, so Nina has her gun. She fires. She has like, let's say she has 15 rounds, which is like standard for that size pistol. And then Taki will just throw like one of her fields out, and so all the bullets just disintegrate as they're flying towards her. And it's like, okay, now you have to reload. But by the time she's reloading, she has the hip thing, so she has to still do the Velcro and then move a bit. It's like Taki could already be throwing shit at her or already at her, or doing magic. There's always that. So I'm going towards Taki.
Okay.
Mike?
Are you still going Nina?
Yeah.
Okay. Be the great decider. She's a fucking ninja, bro. I don't. I have to go with Taki on this one.
All right.
Next
Ninja.
up, Donkey Kong versus his
That one I'm willing to give up much more than Cloud Link.
versus his old nemesis Mario.
Donkey Kong versus Mario.
Mario just wins, I guess.
And
right?
I would say
Like,
let's pick an iteration. I would say let's do like Mario from Super Mario World versus Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong Country. I feel like they're around the same generation of console.
that gets so weird. It's like anytime Mario and Donkey Kong meet up, Mario's the victor. I feel like it's weird to match them in any way that you could argue that Donkey Kong
Donkey
wins.
Kong from Donkey Kong Country is badass. So
Yeah, he's fast. And
Yeah, but in all iterations, Mario beats whatever the fuck Bowser's on.
yeah, right. Yeah, because Bowser is huge.
yeah, but Bowser floats
Bowser's-
around in a giant.
The fucking clown car.
Yeah, like this
Yeah,
would
and
be a
Mario
different
overcomes
fight.
that. He's just some dude.
Yeah, but Donkey Kong has more mobility.
Mario breaks bricks with his fists.
Yeah.
Like if we look at I think this is one you can very well look at at even the recent iterations of them. Like if you look at Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze versus Mario Odyssey Mario. Let's get rid of capture, because that's just like, okay, he captures Donkey Kong, throws him off a cliff and jumps out. Like, that'd be cheating. But just like looking at mobility, Mario is extremely athletic.
You
Can
never know by looking at him, but he
yeah,
is.
you would never know that, but it's like, yeah, he can, bounce off a car hood and make himself on top of a skyscraper within seconds. Donkey Kong can fly with his fists and spin around. Donkey Kong,
He can hover.
yeah, it's yeah, you know what I mean though. It's like he could take off and get a good lift before he starts hovering. They're pretty good to each other. I mean, Nintendo likes to combat them. They have the like Mario versus Donkey Kong, March of the Minis, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like in Nintendo lore, we see Mario come out on top. Like,
yeah, historically, Donkey Kong never wins.
This is our chance to change history.
This is we can make history with this one, brothers.
It's just like, nope.
No.
Yeah, I have to give it to Mario. Although I very much, it's like it's a good like talking point. But it's like Mario just always comes out on top. It's like Vegeta versus Goku. Like Vegeta always gets these like upper hands and really awesome. And then it's like at the end of the day, Goku just beats him. And it's like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's Mario.
All right, Mario's moving on. Next up, Crash Bandicoot versus Rayman.
I want to say probably Rayman, right? Like, it's another one of those versatility things. It's like Crash Bandicoot is just a fucking Bandicoot with jorts.
Well, he's a laboratory creation.
Right, but
And he can, you know, like eat TNT and whatnot. Like, it's really weird. Crash doesn't have a neck.
He has very cartoony physics, I
wait,
would say.
Andrew says if it's not Rayman, I quit you. Crash Bandicoot really does have the upper hand. No, that's
Neither of them have a neck. Let's
That's
start
true.
with that.
that's true. But maybe having a neck is Crash's weakness.
No, I'm saying neither of them do, because Crash doesn't have one either.
Oh, right.
That-
Okay, yeah, you're right.
He doesn't have it. His face just kind of grows out of his
shoulders just grow into his head. That's right.
Yeah, like his face and his chest are the same thing. Like his fucking arms come out of his cheeks.
Pretty much.
So, neither have a neck. That's a point for both of them, I guess, because they can't break their necks. Rayman can fly with his ears and can throw his fist.
He can also.
Yeah, I feel like Rayman's powers just
Even
give
if we
him
take
a little bit of an edge.
Even if we take like Rayman Origins, where he doesn't get any like buffs or specialties or anything, and just
Right.
throw him out there, it's like, yeah, he's really formidable.
He's just got abilities that
Yeah.
are more versatile than Crash has. Crash can spin.
Yeah,
He can spin his fists really
he can
fast.
spin really. He can punch you in. He can kick you in the face with his fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Rayman. On this
Rayman.
Yeah, it's a unanimous Rayman.
one. All right, next up, Joanna Dark versus Widowmaker.
I don't know shit about Joanna Dark.
She was from the game Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark, yeah, I know. I know what she's from. I don't know fuck about her though.
She shoots things.
She shoots things with her bullets,
Oh,
not with her guns. No.
okay. Well, Widowmaker is just a biologically enhanced sniper, essentially.
Well, like Widowmaker has her like sweet toe hook. Like she's like, okay, I'm
That
gonna
does
be-
make that, and that's even in regular gameplay.
yeah,
That
it's-
grappling hook makes her a bitch to
yeah,
deal with.
like that is a big deal. And then she has her visor. She's like, I'm gonna see everything.
That's true.
But goddamn, in Perfect Dark, she's like bullet time, dream house type deal. Like,
Yeah.
so it's a pretty interesting one. Widowmaker in her canon is the best sniper in the world, isn't she?
I don't know if there's any like definitive.
Like in the
mean,
comic
she-
when it was her versus Anna,
Yeah, she
it was
did
like
shoot
brought
Anna
up. She was
through
all
the
like,
eye-scope,
"Oh, it's
so-
Amelie the Crow, the sniper." Like,
Yeah, she's like renowned, but I don't know
Yeah.
if there's any like, oh, she's the best. But yeah, she's capable of fucking sniping Anna's eye out through her scope.
Yeah.
So she's pretty fucking good at least.
yeah, and the fact that it was like she taunted her and rather than killed her, it was
Uh-huh.
like, "I'm gonna take your eye out," and because Anna, like that was what Anna
That was a
like.
spite thing. It wasn't taunting.
Yeah, Anna was like known for being a great sniper and everything. Now she has to fucking lean her head further over and everything, and it's like, I just fucked with you.
Yeah, yeah. That's a cool touch about Anna's design is that she doesn't have a stock on her gun because she has to.
Yeah, she has to lean over more. Widowmaker also doesn't have to switch guns. She can
Yeah,
instantly
it's-
have
pretty-
an
A
assault
rifle,
rifle.
or a sniper. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you get too close to her, she's got rapid fire.
And her ability to kind of see through walls and stuff.
Yeah, her visor. That's what I was saying. It's like
gives her, I think, an edge over
hard
bullet
edge.
time or anything like that. So.
yeah, because it's like if you can see through walls and someone's about to activate bullet time, and it's like they're gonna jump through and do some cool shit. So you're like, well, you're gonna jump out, and you already see them jumping out, and you just pop them. Mm-hmm. So
So Widowmaker.
I'm giving Widow.
All right. Next up is another Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter matchup. We've got Sonya Blade versus Cammy.
Ooh,
This
shit.
one's harder. It's like on one hand, Sonya is formidable to, I think, like more.
Both of them are special forces.
Right. No, but
Yeah.
I'm saying Sonya Blade fights more like devastating things, I believe, like in her universe. But Cammy is also
Cammy
just,
infiltrates Shadowloo and like took down Bison and everything. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. And she has that freaking the spiral arrow, so she could just jump in the air and freaking death kick into,
Right. Yeah.
into
I think
things.
physical capabilities, Cammy is more threatening.
Yeah.
It's just that Sonya, I think, is more resilient.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, but like you guys are pointing out, I don't think Sonya's as mobile.
yeah, Cammy's made of
Right.
abs.
Yeah. I don't know if Sonya can handle Cammy, especially like with the fucking ridiculous like slams and shit and the leg locks.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Cammy's just real. Like they're both very good at fighting, but Cammy's like spinning back fist is like
Right.
like she can knock full-grown, heavy-roided dudes down with it.
Right. And yeah, Sonya can beat up on like fucking crazy demon men and shit,
Yeah.
but they're just slow dudes that she can like out combat.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Cammy is like
Yeah, it's all like mid-attack, she jumps around and just punches them right in the fucking head, and it's like you're out.
I think Cammy's
I think the
too
speed gives her the
too
edge.
overwhelming.
Yeah, she's strong and fast. So
Yeah.
All right, Cammy's moving on. Next up, we've got Kratos versus War from the Darksiders.
yeah, this was an
Okay, I was gonna say
interesting
what
one.
war.
I figured that when I was reading, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Darksiders War.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I haven't played Darksiders. Go ahead, guys.
It's very similar to the playstyle of things like Devil May Cry.
God of
where you-
War.
It's just
Yeah, where you
it's
power
like
up
it's
as you go.
slow in that. It's like it's, but like the theme of it, like fighting big things.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, but I don't know anything about War and his abilities.
Fucking a lot.
I mean, Kratos takes down giant fucking
He took down the pantheon of the
Yeah.
the whole pantheon of gods of
and the
Greece.
Titans.
and soon to be fighting
The Norse
the Norse gods, and it's
mythology.
like, okay, seeing his track record, he's probably gonna fucking rock this shit too.
Yeah. Even, I mean, especially when you consider in the game, War isn't even at full strength. And
Right.
He has to kind of fight his way back to getting to that point.
That's how Kratos is at the beginning as well. But
Yeah, but Kratos, like, that's the thing, is like he takes it from nothing and quickly becomes everything, and then he gets all his power stripped away from him, climbs his ass out of hell and reclaims them back, and then destroys the pantheon.
They both have, it's very similar storylines, these
yeah,
two characters.
it is true.
what are you guys saying?
It sounds like I have not played any of the God of War games, so
Oh, really?
I don't really have. I've just played Darksiders.
I played Darksiders and I didn't like it, so I stopped playing it like a couple hours into it. But I've played all 3 of the main title God of War games, and then I still haven't played. They just call it 4, didn't they?
No, it's just called God of War.
Yeah, it's just called God
Okay,
of War.
yeah, but
But based on what you're saying, it honestly sounds to
I'm
me
going
like Kratos would probably.
Yeah,
win.
even though the gameplay is also like mind numbing in God of War, like it's stupid easy. It's I'm leaning towards Kratos. Just I like his he's got a serious range with his blades of chaos and all that. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
So Kratos.
What are you saying, Miguel?
I don't have a call.
Oh, you have nothing.
I'd probably say Kratos just because Mike, having played Darksiders, even believes that
That-
Kratos would win.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
Kratos, sure.
Kratos.
Okay. Last matchup of the preliminaries: Marcus Phoenix versus. Is it Geralt?
Geralt.
Geralt.
Rivia.
Geralt of Rivia.
Yes.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah, Geralt's got magic.
And this is the most unique matchup, I would say, out of all of them thus far. Because you wouldn't immediately think those two would go against each other, but they're both kind of unkillable badasses, and that's where my logic was here.
Yeah, I think it's a slightly less even Master Chief versus Shepard, because it's like it's like Geralt has magic,
yeah.
which makes it like tough for me to say Marcus Phoenix could win, because Marcus
Because
Phoenix
has guns.
yeah, but he's also got like a ridiculous like level of durability
That's true.
and tact, because the things he fights fucking otherworldly monsters, gigantic
Technically,
shits.
same worldly monsters underground.
That's
but-
true, huh?
Yeah. But
fair enough.
they're big fucking baddies. But it's like, Geralt fight, he's like the opening of Witcher 3, you fucking take down a griffin.
Right.
Which is huge. It's a big fucking thing. And it it's been killing people and eats that. Like he's like, when you see the griffin, I think it was holding a sheep's head, just the head with the spine fucking ripped out. So it tore a head with the spine out of the body, and he kills that. It's like, and then you fight the Banshee in Witcher 3, and that's a straight up ghost that can just tear.
Yeah, the thing about like
it's weird.
When we were making the argument with Master Chief versus Commander Shepard, and it was sort of a similar situation with one having some supernatural abilities, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think out of the two, Marcus Phoenix is more of a tactician than Master Chief, because Master Chief's just like indestructible, so he runs at everything.
I don't think so, actually.
Marcus, I'm talking gameplay, because Master Chief, you just run around and shoot things.
Okay.
Marcus, you have to take cover because you don't have things like magical shields.
Right.
So I feel like it would be a little bit more tactical in that sense.
That's like in Witcher, it's all about, you know, dodging and presence. And
Right.
It's like, so they're both really tactical dudes. So that's what, like, when I saw this list, I was like, what? But yeah.
I think Marcus Phoenix has the edge tact wise, but Geralt just has so many capabilities.
Geralt can just light the
he's
field
so
on fire.
versatile.
Yeah.
I don't think Marcus could
Cast a boost up Igni and the whole thing's on fire. And if Geralt gets fucking, what is it? I don't think it's called permafrost. It's a vial, literally a little glass vial about this big. It's a thing in game that you can get, and it flash freezes everything within like a 30-foot radius. A dude takes down an entire ship full of a battalion of fighters and a king.
Well, if we're giving that much flexibility, what does Geralt have against the Hammer of Dawn then?
Fucking, I'm trying to think of like specifically things that he has. He has a lot of defensive maneuvers where he just can lock down.
Like what? Let's quantify how much damage Geralt can take. Like what's the most devastating blow that Geralt can take?
Well, the thing is like he can resist getting his soul ripped out.
That's not damage,
but
that's an ethereal thing. That's not a fucking ray of death coming from space.
Yeah, they can kill corpses.
But it's like
Those are on different planes of resilience, though.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing is Geralt can also just Jedi mind trick like people.
No, but what's his most physically damaging?
His most physically damaging thing
that he can take, that he can withstand. What's the hardest thing that's hit Geralt and he's been okay?
God, I'm just like trying to think.
Well, let's make it easier.
Vampires are in there.
Let's take out flash freezing and let's take out the Hammer of Dawn.
See,
and
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like giving him some of the like more broken shit. Yeah. Well, then you give Marcus the Hammer of Dawn and shit.
Yeah, right.
Well, let's keep it more simple because
right. So let's give that nerf. And then I think it's Geralt.
Geralt.
Yeah, I'm going Geralt. Like I was leaning towards him to begin with there.
Okay. I decided with Marcus, but that's just me. So Geralt's moving on. Okay, guys, here we are. Now things are going to get interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be
Most
weird.
of these were pretty evenly matched. Now they're not going to be. So next up is Samus versus Lara Croft.
Samus.
I'm going Samus.
Yeah, some of these are going to be
That's what I'm saying.
real
This
easy.
gets quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these is going to be like, okay, that's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have 13 minutes to do this. So it's not going to be hard.
Next match is Tracer versus Dante.
Dante.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go
With the
Dante
magic
on
and
that.
shit, it's too overwhelming. Like Tracer, sure, she's hard to hit and she can rewind, but it's like the things that Dante do to her are going to be fatal immediately.
But think of the sweet twin gun battle they're going to have.
You're right.
For a bit.
They're going to have this really cool thing going on, and then Dante's going to just like whoop out a fat sword and just like slice her in half.
Until he figures out where she's going to reverse to and then just has the sword there already.
Because it is, it's trackable by us as game players to know where she's going back to. So it's definitely possible for Dante to be like, she's going to be right fucking here.
Yeah, he's going to step it up and just destroy her.
Yeah.
All right, Dante is moving on. Next up, Link versus Commander Shepard.
Shepard.
Yeah. I'm going to have to give it to Shepard. I mean,
His arsenal's more deadly.
If we're talking about fighting big shit, Shepard fought Reapers.
Yep.
And Shepard, they both have magic.
But Link
It's like because the more you give Link, the more you're giving Shepard.
But Link can whistle up a wind.
Oh boy. And he's got a talking hat.
He can change it from night to day, man. Hey, just a fucking annoying ass talking hat.
All right, Commander Shepard's moving on.
Yeah.
Next up, Tifa Lockhart versus Solid Snake.
Fuck.
So let's see. Yeah, Tifa's pretty resilient here. Snake has. If we give the more power we give them,
They're both very well trained in hand-to-hand combat.
what's the power level we're setting? Max or somewhere handicapped? Like we're taking away limit breakers and Fox die, for example.
Yeah, if we threw them into each other's universes, essentially.
Right.
because it's like if you threw him into either, it's like it really levels it out. Like if Snake was in the Final Fantasy universe, he would have limit breakers and doing crazy shit.
No, that's giving him stuff. He wouldn't get.
But I'm saying if you took Tifa and put her in this Metal Gear Solid, she wouldn't have limit breakers. You know, she'd be a solid fighter.
Well, no, she if you took her into that universe, I think she would have less of a chance because of Fox Die, but she would still maintain her abilities.
Fox Die is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, limit breakers of, like, the actual, like, punching fire and everything. Like, that's... Unless she had the technology in the Metal Gear Solid universe, no one has...
Is the magic not...
It's not a technology, it's an actual...
No, in Final Fantasy, is their magic not internal?
That's all through...
It's all through materia and stuff.
Right, but it's self-contained? Is it...
No, it's from materia, from Genova, like, basically bleeding it out into the world.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they don't internalize that power.
No, they harness it. It's like runes almost.
Okay,
like they take the energy and they absorb it and then use it. So if you don't have materia, you don't have it.
Okay, that's a prep level thing then.
Yeah.
I think hand-to-hand Tifa wins just because of her physical capabilities. Snake doesn't fucking punch through cement walls.
His fighting abilities are more human.
He's formidable, but it's like even if he got Tifa into an armbar, she could probably curl him in half.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, she's extremely strong. So I'm going with Tifa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Tifa's moving on. Next up...
That was surprisingly tough for the
unbalance. This one should be interesting, I think.
No, it shouldn't.
Liu Kang versus Taki.
It's Liu Kang.
You didn't even have to think about that. He's just like
Dragon and Magic versus Ninja.
He can only go Dragon when he's finishing them. It's not like it's a special move.
That's just a gameplay thing.
Although he can bicycle kick the shit out of her.
Yeah.
That's a gameplay thing that he can only go Dragon as a finisher.
Man,
like in universe, he goes Dragon as like a last stand. Like it's pushed out of him. So if Taki comes close to him and tries to slit his throat, he fucking goes Dragon and eats her shit.
Mortal Kombat versus Soul Calibur would be a dope game.
That would.
That'd be fucking rad. I'll go with Liu Kang because his hits are so fucking strong.
Yeah, he beats down fucking gods.
I mean, well, like if you go like just brutalities, he punches your body away, you know, or just.
Well, and he has a lot of she can avoid a lot of things, but he has so many abilities that get him to where he needs to be quickly.
Yeah.
And if he's not, he can throw fire at you. So
yeah. That's a cool move. He just throws it out.
It's like she can dodge and all, but he's just overwhelming.
All right, Liu Kang's moving on. Mario versus Rayman.
That's a pretty interesting one.
It's weird.
They're both fast. They both can jump. They both do a lot of athletics.
Rayman doesn't have much combat ability, though.
Rayman also doesn't have a lot of presence. So it's like, I feel like Mario has a lot of like if you take Smash Bros into account, Mario does fight.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's also just strong. Based on what he does in games and
It's like
if you give Rayman abilities, you give Mario fire flowers and capes and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Mario's got it.
Yeah, Mario with his abilities.
He's got more capabilities.
And if you stripped away all abilities, even Mario still has, I think, the advantage on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mario's moving on. Next up, Widowmaker versus Cammy.
Do we just say Widowmaker because gun?
Because super gun and movement. It's
Yeah.
because she could toe hook away and shoot Cammy in the eye.
Yeah.
Along with poison and whatnot.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Cammy, they're fighting, and then Widowmaker just kind of drops her fucking venom mine, and then Cammy starts choking.
Yeah, and Widowmaker clearly doesn't have a problem dealing with mobility. She fights Tracer.
You could make the argument that Cammy is military trained, so she might be able to close the distance, but
it's like Widowmaker is
that,
talon hardened.
She's
got all that biotic stuff going on.
All right, Widowmaker's moving on. Next up, Kratos versus Geralt.
I'm thinking Kratos from destructive capability. Because that's just how he is. It's not like how Marcus Phoenix needed the hammer.
But I feel like Geralt's kind of trained to fight things
Geralt's like that. Like that's what he's because he's a Witcher. He's like made to fight otherworldly things.
Yeah.
Right, but just the level, things that Geralt fights. Yeah,
I think Kratos wins this because Geralt even admits to being difficult to fight things. Like he's like he's like. Banshee's a tough one.
He's just humble. That's all.
That is true. He's like, Banshee's a tough one. Comes back with its fucking soul ring in his hand. He's like, I took care of it.
Now find me something I can fuck. That's
They both do that. Yeah, they both are ladies' men. Well, more so Geralt. Geralt's kind of swoozing with it. Kratos is like, I'm going to
he's very
fuck you,
fluid.
and that's it.
So you guys are both Kratos?
Kratos.
Yeah, going Kratos.
Kratos is moving on. And
Semifinals?
here we go, semifinals. Samus versus Dante.
Probably Dante. Samus has a lot of like arsenal and
She
capability.
fights Ripley. She fights Mother Brain.
Right, but those are just large things, and it's like...
Well, Ripley's really fast and extremely strong.
Right.
And, like, his skin is basically titanium. Then there's, like...
Samus, I think, has mobility on Dante for sure. Even though he's agile, but...
Yeah, and jeez. And it's, like... Especially because she can, like...
I feel like she's too vulnerable still, though.
Really, like with the whole suit and everything.
Well, because of like Dante's like his like devil powers and shit. Like
His
he's
demon
kind
trigger.
of I forgot what it was called. He's kind of devastating.
That's true.
And he does, and much like Kratos, he fights things that are,
Yeah,
Brutal and fast and big and all that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but it's like Samus can like turn her suit into a bomb and fucking fight like that.
What are Dante's defensive capabilities?
Yeah, can Dante like protect himself from a mini nuke?
I would assume if he goes
Possibly.
demon form, probably.
Yeah,
He might just be
that
resilient.
demon trigger's really fucking strong.
It is.
That's like what breaks it is the demon trigger. And
That's what I'm saying. I think it's probably Dante.
Yeah, and it's like you can't even say get rid of demon trigger because that's just a thing he does
Yeah,
all the
because
time.
then what do you get rid of on Samus to balance her?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So I'm going Dante.
You have to nerf each one equally.
Exactly, and it's like when you get rid of something on Samus, it doesn't work. So
Yeah.
All right, next up, Commander Shepard versus Tifa Lockhart.
fucking Shepard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go Shepard handedly on this one.
Okay.
He headbutted a Krogan, so we know he's strong.
Well, he's not Tifa strong in any way, but
Well,
I think his arsenal and everything.
I don't think she gets close.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, she can't
doesn't
get
have the
to him.
ability to fight him.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, even if she does get to him, like Krogans can tackle buses, and Shepard fucking. Ugh.
Well, yeah, but headbutting a brick wall doesn't mean you're stronger than a brick wall.
Oh, he was fine though,
Yeah, he's fine, but
and he
it's
knocked
just,
knocked the Krogan
But
out.
the Krogan was just hard, and just because it can lift.
I'm saying he knocked it out.
Yeah, but just because it was strong doesn't mean it was resilient in that way. Your resilience and your strength are not equal. If you can lift a boulder, you can still get knocked out by fucking getting chopped in the back of the neck.
That's true.
So the next question is, who has a better fireball, guys? Liu Kang or Mario?
Liu Kang. Don't eat Liu Kang.
It's just funny to think about, man.
Just the two of them fighting each other.
Yeah, dude. Like,
We got 3 minutes. Let's not humor this. It's Liu Kang.
No, I agree. It's
yeah,
absolutely
I'm gonna have to go Liu Kang. Just
Okay.
seriously. But still.
Widowmaker versus Kratos.
Kratos.
Yeah, Kratos.
Okay, here we go.
Widowmaker's
It's going to come
totems.
down to Dante and Kratos.
We're in
it
the
looks
finals.
Right.
Dante versus Commander Shepard.
Dante.
Fuck, dude.
He's too resilient.
Yeah, he's really resilient. That's like where it all just comes down. It's like like what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but yeah,
I mean, he's a fucking demon.
yeah.
Right. And then Liu Kang versus Kratos.
It's Kratos.
Kratos.
Like, yeah, it's like okay, your dragon thing. I'm gonna tear it in half with my
Yeah.
dick. Like,
Yeah, Kratos still has way too much destructive power. He's on a different level from what Liu Kang fights. And
Yeah.
it's Dante versus Kratos. This is where it gets hard.
I don't know if he's necessarily on a different level. I mean, Liu Kang has fought some pretty nasty shit in those games. So.
Right, but Kratos tears apart similarly nasty shit with ease. His destructive capabilities are just like they're much higher.
Well, the thing is, I could argue that more, but we don't have time. So let's just go Kratos, and our final match is Kratos versus Dante.
Right.
yeah,
I don't know enough about Devil May Cry.
I don't know.
This
If
is
enough,
hard.
I don't know enough about God of War.
run down Devil May Cry for him, and I'll run down God of War.
Well, it's basically a game where you fight big giant demons and you collect their gear and you upgrade your weapons and you just get stronger as he goes, and then
Right.
he can summon. It's very similar to. Do you ever play Onimusha?
Yes.
It's very similar to that. They're almost the same game.
Okay.
Yeah. See, now here's
But
where
Dante's more broken.
here's my
Right.
big attack on that is demons are commanded by gods. Kratos fights gods. So it's like if you go onto the scale of things, like you slay through hundreds and thousands of demons.
Well, they're different universes. You can't bind the demons of Devil May Cry to the same rules and like power levels of the ones in God of War.
That's true.
In God of War, it's just that Kratos puts out so much damage that he's able to take down colossal motherfuckers of high power levels. Kratos is just overwhelming.
He gets hit by Titans though, and
he's resilient.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that's his thing. Is he just does insane amounts of damage.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I assume, based on what I've seen of the game, he's a melee guy. Kratos?
All around. He has like different kinds of
weapons.
He has
magic.
He's the same way as Dante in that he beats bosses and gets capabilities from them. He takes power from gods.
He has Theseus's bow, which is unlimited ammo, just shooting it.
Right.
Like anything. If
he's really versatile.
He has.
So they're basically like fighting the same. It's like a mirror match.
Yeah,
almost.
he has the golden fleece, which makes him invincible. So there's that too.
I want to say because of scale, Kratos probably takes it.
Yeah, I have to go Kratos. Like knowing both.
The God of War games are boring with how powerful Kratos is.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Is like you're playing like a dude who just like you play a dude that shits on everyone in both games, but Kratos even more so to where it's like it's easy that you. Whereas like when you're playing Devil May Cry, you actually have to put some thought into your fighting style. Whereas in God of War, you're just like I'm gonna fucking mash and then quick time events we win.
Well, it looks like Andrew says Dante.
But
he doesn't count because he's not here. No, and
he loves DMC, so you probably still don't like his opinion more.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that. I'm going Kratos because of that reason. Even though I want to decide with Dante, but I think the decided winner here is Kratos.
He's OP.
So
Kratos.
All right. Well,
so he's our winner.
Looks like we've just gone over time.
It's okay because there's no other show after us. And
we're supposed to end on the 5, man.
I know.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. I hope we didn't piss anybody off with our deliberations. But thank you for joining us again. From everyone here at Kaotic Radio and the Kind of Gaming Show, we love you and good night.
Bye, everybody. So long. Farewell.
Ooh, I think it's the headphones. The headphones make it so fucking hot.
Yeah, they do.